So feel this position. We're not going to stay here very long. I'm not very bent at all today. We'll get into the workout later, but just feel the back of your head, your shoulders. And if you'd like to bring your hands onto your stomach here, we'll breathe in. Feel the ribs expand all the way into your back. And then breathe out. Keep breathing out. Gentle pressure in on the ball. Now with your hands, you can find support here on the floor. And pressing into the heels, the hips rise off the floor. Okay, continue to give a gentle pressure in on the ball. Eyes are looking up at the ceiling, so your chin is lifted up away from the chest, and the shoulders press back into the mat. Okay, breathe in. Take one of those full breaths in here. Breathe out. Feel the stomach draw in. Feel the pelvic floor draw up. Keep breathing out all the way. And then we'll roll back down. Very good. All right, our first exercise is opposites extend. So take one leg back, straighten the back leg as you press back through the heel. Opposite arm is going to lift up, breathing in, and breathe out. Navel pulls up to the spine. We're going to touch back down, breathe in. Feel the belly expand, and then breathe out to lift the foot, lift the arm, lifting the navel right up into the spine. One more time. So squeeze in on the ball. Lift in and up through the pelvic floor. Breathing in to sit tall. Breathing out to roll back. Now you're in control of how far you can go. You'll feel how your muscles have to brace and catch as you get to the edge. And then when you're ready to breathe in again, we come right back up. Now and breath out. Let's go. Shoot the leg away. And draw in. So take this at your own pace here, especially at the end. I want you to find as much activation as you can here. This is up with our toes tucked. Okay, watch this, everybody. We're going to breathe in, press the hands, and on your exhale, as you activate the core, we're going to lift the knees off the floor. Now, if this is your first time doing this workout, we're going to drop down. Lift your belly button away from the floor. Cinch the waist and lift your arms and your head. Good. Breathe in. Set the arms down. Breathe out. Cinch the waist. Navel lifts on the out breath, and the arms lift. And really keep hip bones. Breathe in. Breathe out as you lift. Okay, can you feel your pelvic floor as you breathe out and draw the knees in, pressing the heels, everything from the back of the legs, the glutes, the inner thigh, pulling in, watching that the ribs aren't popping up to the ceiling, and all the way back down. All right, amazing work. Stay there. Feel the ribs expand. Breathe out. Come on down. All right, so if you're going to stay here today, just keep working every time you breathe out, ribs to hips, and as you breathe in, you can expand the back of your ribs. Okay, if you're coming in and out, we've got just a few more. It's okay. Breathe in, sit tall through the crown of the head, ribs in, breathe out. This definitely feels best for me with one leg, so I'm going to stick with this, but if you have progressed onto two legs up, round of applause to you. I'm cheering you on while I stay here with my single leg work. Drawing together, ribs, hips together. One more, and we are there. Far pulled back. We want to avoid arching the back, but this is building great posture for your upper back and really good core strength as we practice lifting this knee up and balancing. You want to really lean forward over your arms for this push-up, and then as you lift that arm up, squeezing the shoulder blade back towards the spine, tailbone right off the side of the seat, and work down and up. Now this might be the tiniest elbow bend for you today. If you're stand up tall, step back and step off. Right foot up, stand tall, step back and step off. If you're on a low step, you might be able to do this a little bit faster. But what we're looking for here is that every time, squeeze your butt, switch legs, squeeze your other butt. I want you to make that leg as long as you can as you lift, and try to do this without arching out to the side. Back. Right, you know what to do with the arms now. If you're ready for that, we can add this twist. Right, if that feels too much for your back though, just work this side step. But if you want to level this up, here's where we're gonna go. We're gonna pull that knee in and up. Whoa, and feel how much your balancing muscles and your leg have to work there as you stop. Up to shoulder height, and then slowly back down. And you'll see today that I'm taking these movements pretty slowly. We're getting our shoulders into this external rotation position, which is great for improving our posture. And then I love bicep curls. We need to be strong in these muscles. Do you know why? These are your carrying muscles. Every time you carry a bag of groceries or a bag of laundry or a box of something or your child, we're using our biceps. So as mamas, we've got to be strong here. Helps us not just to do the things we need to do, but to prevent injury in our everyday life. One arm, let's go one other hand, shift onto the other arm, and pick up the hand. Now I want you to feel the heel of your hand right now. Push down in there. You're going to feel that activate the back of your arms, and that's true whether you're up walking or whether you're here. Push into the heel of your hand. Elbows stay pointing. Elbows are coming straight down at a slight angle, so the weights track down by my lower rib cage. And then at the top, I'm squeezing my shoulders forward to get those weights back together. Lower the elbows. So your elbows are at 90 degrees. We stop at shoulder height. We rotate to open. We rotate to come back down and release back in. Just make sure you can see your weights in your peripheral vision at the top. Let's go one more time. To get the heart rate higher without jumping, this is a great option for you. You jumpers, we're gonna step and hop side to side. So I'm still squeezing the leg up. The goal is to get the heel right up towards your butt. We're gonna bend our knees, and this time on your shuffle, I want you to stay in a squat. Watch this, we're low, then lower. Low, then lower. Today, you might be able to reach down and touch the floor. If you're gonna do that, use your squat so your hips come down and we reach forward. What we don't wanna do on that reach down is come down just with our back, right? So reach down, you can try. Do you have any guys doing this with you? We step out, we step in, we step out, we step in. Chest is up, knees and feet are pressing out to a V, and your hips are sitting back and down, right about to hip or knee line. Do you want to be a runner? Here's how we get fast. Shuttle run. This is it. So we're up on the balls of the feet, and you can take this as slow or as fast as you want to go, side to side. This is your high intensity option. 2 feet take off, 2 feet landing. So we jump, squat, jump, this athletic lunge up. We step, jump, step back, jump, step back, jump, step back, jump. So the power in that jumping lunge is all in the front leg. You're driving into that front heel, pressing up to get up and off the floor. Brace your core to press your low back down. We drop one leg down, circle the leg wide, and back up to the top. Other leg drops down, circle wide, and bring the feet back together. I'm shaking when I do this. And then when you're ready for a rest, come back down. Breathe in, breathe out. So we're really contracting and warming through the core in this resisted crunch position. Hold that as long as you want to. You've got time for about one more, 10 seconds to go. And this is really activating all these muscles down in the abdomen. And then back down. Now with most of these movements that we're going to do today, speed is not our friend. Actually, the slower and the more controlled we can be, the more benefit we're going to get from our core. We're going to begin by lifting the elbow, and then we reach and thread under Lifting again, elbow lifts up towards the ceiling. We twist, press into that bottom arm, and then reach under as far as you can go. Press our hips forward. Keep pulling in through the navel and up through the chest. So you're trying to grow really tall through the crown of the head. You're going to feel all those muscles in the back of your body activate. And if this bothers you, off the floor, and we're going to open and close your legs. Out and in, out and in. As you reach back with your hands, squeeze your shoulder blades back and down your spine. Feel the... You're going to carry this weight. Take your weight in one leg, doesn't matter which one. Lean forward, and we're going to balance. You're going to push this leg back, and then tuck the knee under. Press back, and then tuck under. Now, carrying this weight might be too much for you today. If it is, set it down. Feel free to hold onto a chair or sofa that's nearby. And drag it back in. Now, as you move your legs, press your hips up to the ceiling. And the challenge, the goal here, as you press that leg away, can you keep your hips towards the chest? And then we lift in a clamshell. So we're going to lift up and down. Now, take your time with this. The slower you go here, actually, the better it's going to be for you. And I want you to focus your attention in this tiny part of your hip. This is called your external rotator in your hip. We're going to go and 2 squats and 1 leg lift. 2 squats, 1 leg lift. Good. Now, as we get going into round 2, let's check in with our core. You really want to pull your stomach in. You want a little extra right now. You can do the same move with your heels lifted. So what I just did is popped up onto the balls of my feet. This is going to make this significantly more challenging for your ankles and your calves. But if you're not there today, that's good. That's okay. Just keep focusing on tucking under. Sit as deep as you can. Embrace the shakes. They're going to happen. And keep pressing the knees in. Step back with one leg. Bring the arms up overhead. We're going to lunge, bending the back knee down, and then twisting to face one side. Open your arms, lift back up, and then we're going to go to the other side. So we bend the back knees down, open the arms, and then circle back up overhead. Chin tucked. And then bending the knees, we're going to roll up. All the way up to stand, and then tuck the chin. We're going to roll back down, really slowly curving through the back, and then bending your knees as much as you need as you come down. Let's do that a couple of times. Bend the knees, push this knee out to the side. If that's enough sensation for you, just stay there. Otherwise, you can reach through this window and hug the legs in close, and you might even use your elbow that's there to gently press that knee out to the side. We're going to stay here for a little bit, so relax your head down. So we're going to roll onto that hip. You can set that foot down on the floor, and we're going to come all the way across and see if we can get our legs and that top foot down to the floor. That's where your elbow is going to go. And then you're going to reach that hand, bending the elbow, towards the back of your neck, your head, whatever's comfortable. And then gently letting your body sink down towards the mat. So your chest comes down. Be on the floor firmly behind your hip so that you can push in, and watch where we're going to go. We're going to lift the hips, pushing the hips forward, and then taking that top arm and reaching back overhead. Bent. And we're going to come forward in the center. So this might be it for you today, and that is okay if you're right up here. Feel supported with your hands, and then just gently try to tuck your chin in so you get that great release from the back of the legs right up through your back. You might be able to walk the hands out and really lay your body down, keeping length through your legs. Softness through your shoulders and your arms and your neck. You can outstretch your arms, or you may even choose to stack your hands so you can rest your forehead down comfortably, or all the way down to the mat if you can. Taking a moment here Lifting the head, look forward between your hands. And we're going to curve ourselves up, lifting the body forward and into our kneeling plank. And then curving up through cat pose, we're going to shift backwards and back to child's pose. And let's continue to flow between those. Let's start to energize some more now. We're going to lift into downward facing dog. Take a breath in through the nose. Lift up your hips, lift up your body. Breathe out and press back into downward facing dog. Letting your head come right down between your arms. Heels towards the mat. Breathing in really deeply as we're upside down here. And feeling that energy now as you press hands into the mat. Here, we're going to do a couple of side bend movements here. So you're going to breathe in and then breathe out, looking back over your shoulder towards your foot. Breathe in, come back through the center, and then breathe out to come around the other side. Breathing in every time you come through the center, and working your rib cage down towards your hip as you reach sideways with your center. So your palms press together, your eyes look forward. And then we're going to fold back down, bending the knees, rolling down through the spine. Take the right foot back, finding a lunge. Breathe in here, dropping down into the hips. And then breathe out to downward facing dog. Let's breathe in as we come forward into that kneeling plank. Breathing out as we lower slowly down onto the stomach, keeping the elbows tucked in here to protect your shoulders. And then breathing in as we lift up through the chest in baby cobra. And breathing out as we push back to downward facing dog. Walking forward with the feet. Make your way to forward fold, breathing in and breathing out. So I love these really gentle sun salutations just to warm and prepare our body for some movement. Breathing in, let's come back up to our mountain pose and prayer hands. Continuing to breathe in, breathing out. Hands come to the shins. Inhale, flat back extend. I'd like you to try here, if it feels good, just to straighten your legs now. Lift up through the belly and stretch from the crown of your head back to your tailbone. You should get an amazing stretch on the back of the legs here. Take one more beautiful breath in and bend the knees. Hands come down. Just take that knee and make sure you pull it back in alignment with your hip. So get your knees as close together as you can here. We're going to breathe in now and kick that foot really hard into that back hand. Inhale. Just see if you can lift your chest and your back leg gently off the floor. I'm going to stay here just for a couple of breaths. Feel that beautiful stretch in the back leg. Just your toes. And keeping the forehead down this time, take an inhale. And on your exhale, see if you can pull your feet in towards your back side. Feeling that amazing release down the front of the legs, the hips. Keeping the shoulders snuggled back. Breathing in, lift up through the arm, and then breathe out to side bend. And just imagine somebody gently pulling you through the arm, through the hand, feeling the side body expand. Now, as best as you can, try to stretch that back knee away. So if you come into full pigeon pose, you're actually going to roll this back hip towards your heel, but it's okay to stay with a bent knee if that feels best for you. Chest comes down over this front leg, breathing in, and then breathing out to settle your body down. So just gently outstretch your legs. We're going to come back onto the elbows here. You're going to keep your feet and your legs together. And And then you can either just keep your hands on the mat here, or you can see about lifting one hip and sliding your hands right underneath your hips, and then squeezing the shoulder blades back. We're going to breathe into our heart space, lifting up through the chest, dropping the shoulders back and down from the ears, and keeping the chin tucked either to look down towards our feet, or you may look up to the ceiling if that's not too much sensation for you. And allowing the sensation to be present without focusing on it, without letting it overwhelm us. Let's find our breath again. Breathing in, feeling the breath pass across the tip of the nose. Getting some movement back into your body so you feel ready. Rolling over in your own time and coming back up to a seated position. Such a gift to have this time today in the quiet, allowing yourself to just be and know that wherever you are today, that is enough. We notice our breath in, our breath out. And let your mind start to engage and anchor in this present moment, watching your body as it breathes in, continuing to breathe in through your nose. Full deep breath and a full out breath to let all of that air go. And then lift up through your chin. We're going to hug in towards this knee, bringing this as far in towards your chest as you can, and stretching as long as you can through that bottom leg. Breathing in, breathing out, setting the head down. Let's switch legs. Collect the other leg, pull it in. So this is a really active pose here. We're strong, pulled into that top leg, stretching long through the bottom leg. Inhale, lift up through the shoulders. Exhale, nose towards knee. In breath. And on the out breath, we're going to roll back down through the spine. So we're curving the spine down one vertebrae at a time. So your tailbone is the last thing to touch. Yeah, really good. Now let's reverse that. This time we're going to lift the tailbone. We're going to slowly roll ourselves up. You're just trying to articulate and move one vertebrae at a time. Coming right back up to our full height here in bridge pose. Breathe. And just taking a little bit of movement through your feet. You can flex and point. If this is uncomfortable for your back, it's okay here just to slightly bend your knees. Make this feel good for you. Long overhead with the arms. And imagine your body being pulled from feet to arms. So we're as long, as straight as we can be. Breathing in. The side bend position. So you're going to gently grab onto one wrist, your opposite wrist. We're going to keep the shoulders and the head on the floor, but we're just going to shimmy our body over sideways, just slightly. And you can walk your feet over towards that same edge of the mat. So your body moves into this crescent shape. This is You're starting to really gently rock side to side with the hips. Keep breathing deeply in through the nose, out through the nose. noticing as you rock if you feel this any more than you did in a different position. Feeling very light and free in our body right now. If you'd like to take that deeper stretch option, you can take hold of that top foot right now, lengthen out through the legs. Back. So you can place one arm right on the inside of the leg. The other arm, we're going to inhale and stretch up here as tall as you can. So imagine as you breathe in, somebody reaching, somebody pulling you up through that top arm. You're going to feel that lift your rib cage up away from your hip. You can look your eye gaze up if that feels good. And then maybe starting to expand backwards with that arm. Breath in. And exhale to side bend to this beautiful stretch, beautiful release of tension for your spine. So melt the neck down, melt that top arm down, relax your hands. And I'll encourage you in this position to curve forward through the spine, tucking the chin. You may be able to get your elbows to the floor. And same thing, let tension go out of your arms, out of your neck. Working right now with your deep breath to let your body soften into this final stretch today.